Welcome to Go Goat's Library. The book we're pulling from the shelf today is called Cleffa, Clefairy, and Clefable, A Lunar Legacy. Clefairy and Clefable are fairy-type Pokemon introduced in Generation 1, with Cleffa having been introduced in Generation 2. They have a gender ratio of 25% male and 85% female. When battled, Cleffa yields 1 special defense EV, while Clefairy yields 2 HP EV and Clefable yields 3 HP EV. Cleffa stands 1 feet or 0.3 meters tall and weighs 6.6 pounds or 3 kilograms. Clefairy stands 2 feet tall or 0.6 meters tall and weighs 16.5 pounds or 7.5 kilograms. Clefable stands 4 feet 3 inches or 1.3 meters tall and weighs 88.2 pounds or 40 kilograms. Cleffa evolves into Clefairy when leveled up with high friendship, and Clefairy evolves into Clefable when exposed to a moonstone. Biology. Cleffa, the youngest stage, is a small, pink Pokemon with a vaguely star-like silhouette. Its rounded body features stubby, pointed limbs without defined digits, a curled tail, and a single curl of hair on its forehead. Its ears are entirely brown, contrasting with its rosy body, and it appears to wear a permanent blush on its cheeks. As it evolves into Clefairy, the body becomes more upright and bipedal, with stockier limbs, defined claws, and a single visible tooth. Clefairy retains the curled forelock and tail of Cleffa while developing a tiny butterfly-shaped wings capable of storing moonlight, allowing it to float despite being unable to truly fly. Clefable represents the most physically developed stage. Taller and more redefined, it has longer limbs, stronger claws, and larger three-pointed wings. Its ears are elongated and highly sensitive. Its overall form suggests both grace and caution. Across all stages, the family maintains a consistent pink coloration and star-inspired anatomy, reinforcing long-standing beliefs about their cosmic origins. Members of the Clefairy family prefer remote, mountainous regions and are rarely seen by humans. Cleffa is most often encountered near meteor impact sites and becomes especially active at nights filled with shooting stars. During these events, Cleffa gathers with others of its kind to dance beneath the sky, a ritual said to bring out good fortune to observers. At dawn, it quenches its thirst by drinking dew collected on leaves and stones. Cleffa is deeply fascinated by star-like objects and Pokemon such as Minior, further reinforcing its celestial fixation. Clefairy remains extremely shy, descending from mountain homes only on rare occasions, most notably during full moons. Under moonlight, groups of Clefairy gather to dance, generating a localized magnetic field around their ritual site. By morning, they return to secluded nesting areas where they sleep huddled together. Clefable is even rarer, preferring silent, untouched environments such as high mountain ranges or deserted lakes. With a bouncy gait, it can walk on water and sometimes appear to float or glide, using its wings more for balance and levitation than flight. Across all evolutionary stages, the Clefairy family is widely believed to be extraterrestrial in origin. This idea is explicitly supported in the Pokemon the Series episode Clefairy Tales, where the family is portrayed as having come from space. Legends claim Clefable gazes longingly at the moon, either out of homesickness or while listening for the voices of its kin on clear, silent nights. One tradition holds that witnessing a pair of Clefable guarantees a happy marriage. Observations recorded in Pokemon Sleep reveal distinctive sleep behaviors across the family. Cleffa gently rocks its body while sleeping, resembling a twinkling star. Clefairy is said to bring happiness to anyone who witnesses it using metronome in its sleep, an extremely rare and fortunate sight. Clefable, meanwhile, sleeps in isolated moonlit locations, and researchers theorize that it dreams of distant friends or long-lost homeland. Clefable is also capable of Mega Evolution, transforming into Mega Clefable. In this form, it grows significantly larger and develops massive, butterfly-like wings with shifting coloration. Its ears elongate and droop, its eyes change to a striking two-tone pattern, and its curled forelock resembles into a rounded cap-like structure. Despite its wings, Mega Clefable does not fly. Instead, it absorbs moonlight to manipulate gravity with a radius of over 10 meters or 32 feet, allowing itself and nearby objects to levitate. Its body constantly emits shimmering sparkles, further emphasizing its mystical and otherworldly nature. Anime appearances. Cleffa made its animated series debut in Wish Upon a Star Shape, where one fell from a spaceship that belonged to Kleptomaniac Clefairy from Clefairy Tales. Ash and his friends had to get the star-shaped Pokemon back to its group before Team Rocket and the Pokemon Mystery Club could get their hands on it. It evolved at the end of the episode. In Lily's exhilarating challenge and a glaring rivalry, Lys means Clefable was seen as a Cleffa being held by Gladion in a photo. Lily was shown to have held her in a flashback in Night of a Thousand Poses. In Star Night, Star Flight, a Cleffa that Ciara once befriended appeared in flashbacks as an illusion. She had been forced to say goodbye to it several days before the events of the episode, leaving Ciara distraught. A peculiar group of Clefairy debuted in Clefairy Tales. Ash and his friends first encountered them after their spacecraft crash-landed near Viridian City. The Clefairy resorted to stealing items including Jigglypuff's signature microphone marker and even Pikachu from a nearby town to rebuild their spaceship. The group, accompanied by Oswald and Jigglypuff, tracked the Clefairy to an underground cave and stormed the spaceship to recover Jigglypuff's microphone and Pikachu. Though Jigglypuff ended up defeating all of the Clefairy with Pound, the spaceship still took off because of its preset launch, though Ash, his friends, and Jigglypuff escaped in time. Oswald remained on board until the spaceship crashed again in another village. As a result, the Clefairy once again began stealing the locals' items to return to orbit. The Clefairy appeared in a Goldenrod opportunity under the ownership of Whitney. Commonly seen outside of its Pokeball, it was used to send Team Rocket flying, and later in Whitney's gym battle against Ash, however, the fairy Pokemon had to be recalled when its metronome failed against Cyndaquil. A Clefairy appeared in a fantasy in A Dream Encounter under the ownership of Lusamine. In the fantasy, she evolved from a Clefairy. She later physically debuted in Faba's Revenge and would go on to appear frequently throughout Pokemon the series Sun and Moon, becoming the caretaker of Ultra Guardian's base. In Clefairy and the Moonstone, after the large group of Clefairy blasted Team Rockets away with Metronome, particles of the giant Moonstone landed on some of them, causing them to evolve into Clefable. This also marked its debut to the species. Multiple Clefable appeared for another Mount Moon festival in a real Cleffa hangar, along with a group of Clefairy, where they were trying to find a missing Cleffa. They later helped stem Team Rocket blasting off. In Infinite Possibilities, a Clefable oversaw an evolution ritual for a group of 6 Clefairy, who all eventually evolved into Clefable as well. The first Clefable turned out to be the evolved form of Clefairy that Professor Cerise had befriended in his youth. Trivia. Prior to Generation 6, the Clefairy line were all normal types. Prior to Generation 5, Clefable and its pre-evolved forms were the only known Pokemon that could have the Magic Guard as an ability. Cleffa shares its category with Staryu. They are both known as the Star-shaped Pokemon. Cleffa is the only Pokemon with a base stat total of 218. Cleffa is tied with Igglybuff and Moral for the lowest base speed stat of all Fairy-type Pokemon. Cleffa, Igglybuff, and Togepi are the only baby Pokemon to have a Tag Team GX card. The prototype names for Clefairy and Clefable were Aria and Aurelia. The Russian dub of the Pokemon series used this name during the original series. Clefairy and its evolved forms share their category with Snubbull and Gramble. They are all known as the Fairy Pokemon. The Fairy Pokemon category predates the introduction of the Fairy type in Generation 6. From this generation onward, the type and the category of these 4 Pokemon share the same English name. The Pokédoll is a Clefairy doll, as identified by the Japanese name of this item. Clefairy appears to have some affiliation with the Sinnoh region, appearing in several places across Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. 3 Clefairy, named Blingy, Buffy, and Bumbles, may appear during Pokemon Super Contests. Clefairy is one of the few Pokemon who appear in the overworld in these games. In Eterna City, Team Galactic gets interested in stealing Clefairy from other trainers as they are noted to have come from space. The Veilstone City Game Corner has slot machines themed around Clefairy. The bonus rounds function with a Clefairy that points to which reel to stop first. These Clefairy can come in Shiny and Ditto variants. In Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the Game Corner is replaced with the Metronome-style shop, themed after Clefairy's signature move, Metronome, with polka dolls on the counters. Origins. The Clefairy line seems to be based on fairies and pixies since it is a playful, magical, humanoid creature with wings. It may also be inspired by the concept of extraterrestrial life due to its rumored celestial origins and vaguely star-shaped body. It may also reference the mythical moon rabbit due to its large ears, various moon-related powers, and the fact that Clefairy evolves into Clefable using a moonstone. Mega Clefable's transformed curl resembles a beret or a crown. Along with the change on the color of its eyes and its larger, colorful wings, it may also allude to Magic Girl power-ups or transformations. The sparkles emanating from its wings may draw inspiration from the fairy dust, a magical dust thought to be used by fairies. Its resemblance to a butterfly also resembles the typical modern depiction of fairies. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for listening, and as always, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the next chapter of Go-Go's Library.